at 9:32.
Hold on a second.
I'll write it down.
I'll write it down.
Catch up.
If the record reflects that Pat came in 2 minutes late.
2 minutes? Where's a minute?
I'll just put who's walks. Instead of who's here.
Yeah, do the roll call.
It's like flies at the
Okay,
last.
Grace,
Somebody
Betty,
missing one, cause I have two.
and Sue Burns, right?
Yep.
Is Sue Burns in? Right. Yeah, right,
Anyone else want coffee?
okay, that's it, right, for the absent, Grace, Betty, and Sue. Okay, roll call, 9.
Okay, everybody have a chance to read the minutes?
Yep.
Take a motion to accept the minutes.
Motion to accept.
A second? No second?
Second.
No, she wants her, Lorraine's still reading. Second, okay, I have a second, any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Treasurer's report.
Yeah, the treasurer's report, it's sort of, two places, it's in the, right after the secretary's report, and there's a, printout on the back. The expenses were a little high this month, basically because we had, the door, as I told you last month, in that high wind, the door snapped. It had to be, have a lot of work done to it to, fix it. The front door went backwards and snapped the mechanism on the top. And, it was tightened up so that, hopefully it won't happen again. We've had some wind since then, and it seems to be, going pretty well.
Did they mention about a chain? Most of those does have a chain on them that will stop them from swinging all the way around like that one did.
No, there isn't any change.
Okay.
No, screen doors do that.
Huh?
I said screen doors do that.
Yeah, the,
Spring.
Yeah.
either,
Screen was a spring,
yeah, but our commercials, they use a heavier chain, and they put, encase it in plastic so it doesn't chip the paint and stuff, but it will, that's what we did up on the one we had to do up in there,
Liz,
that's what we.
this says it's through the end of November, is that correct?
Yes.
Interesting, because it was one before the end, but anyway, it looks like we're in excellent shape. We've
Yeah, we
only
are.
spent 35,000,
We're
and
averaging,
we're almost halfway through, and we've got twice that left
we're
almost.
averaging about $2,500 a month in expenses. This month obviously is higher, and of course it's gonna be higher,
Yes.
as it goes on, as you can tell with the gas from last month. I think last month was $40-some, and this month was at 300 and something, 400 and something. But we are doing very well. I mean, unforeseen circumstances happen like that door. The clock, that's another thing, that's who Russ Hochstasser is, the grandfather.
That clock you're talking about?
Oh, no,
No, the grandfather's clock.
the big one.
Oh, okay, what
The clock,
happened with that?
a gears, broke, and the
Oh,
mechanism.
the weights all
Yeah,
falling
so, but it's the first time in the 17 years it's been here that it was worked on, so it got oiled and fixed, and so it's all set. So there were a couple of unforeseen expenses, that being one of them. Oh, and you'll notice that the outreach, in the second sheet, the outreach, salary, the 821 you voted on,
Oh,
went into a separate account. What David Grab, was that he created a separate line item for it, and this is how it appears on the timesheet. So they are going to take it out in increments rather than take it out in one lump sum. It's going to be spread out over the salary, the remaining salary.
Okay,
I make a motion to accept the treasurer's report.
Second.
second, motion and a second, any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay,
Outreach report, if you want to, Peggy has a client with her right now, she hoped to be here, but I think she might still be tied up.
if I may, before we get into that, let everyone know about what you were able to do. We talked about it the last meeting, making up the difference in her pay from,
That was at 821.
That was the
I
821.
didn't catch it as that being the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the 821.
Yeah, where's everybody here?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, remember how there was a discrepancy in, because.
Took a cut in pay,
Yeah.
if we don't let it, so we go.
They reduced it, the state reduced the amount of the grants because it's based on, per senior. And they dropped it by 70 cents from, $10 per senior to, $9.30 per senior. So that 821 was put into a line item, separate line item by David Grab, which will be reflected each month, each week, and total up at the end of the year to be what that 821 is. Okay?
So the check will basically stay the same. She won't
Yeah.
see a
Well,
difference
no, she
in
gets a
her.
little bit more. She gets a
Oh,
little
okay.
bit more. Yeah.
Okay,
Okay, the outreach, report.
You wanna come back to that, or
Uh,
do you wanna go through it?
let's just check and see how this.
Good game yesterday, did you watch it?
Yeah, you know,
First half was
Buffalo's
good.
defense held us to 22 points, but our defense was even better.
Yeah,
We
we'll
held
hold
for
on,
3 points.
she'll be done here, so we'll just hold off on that.
Okay. Director's report.
That'd be you.
That be me. Secret Santa, the Raynham firefighters EMTs are doing that again. We're collecting toys, as you can see, out in the lobby. Ed Flanagan, has pretty much, completed his work with Peggy on, her, the information she needs, about her clients, and he's working on a program now for me to track attendees to regular and, special programs. We hope to finish that in the spring because Ed and, Eileen go away to Arizona and they're leaving right after Christmas, so. We're gonna pick it up again with the same program at, in the new year.
So what's that gonna tell you? How many people come? How many from out of town? How many from in town?
Yeah, and also
Cause that's always brought up.
and also multiples of, attendees, a person who, like the Flanagans, come to about 4 or 5 different programs a week. So it'll give us, an idea of multiples. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the information from the town clerk's office on people 60 and up, and we're gonna cross-reference it, so we can find the people who aren't coming here and approach them. Either by email or mailing, and find the people who really are not coming here. So we're cross-referencing that one, but again, that's gonna be after we get back in April. Tax season, the annual AARP tax season is scheduled to begin here in February. I have no detailed information yet about it, I just know it's gonna happen. We're hoping to do again the Thursdays we've always done.
No.
Oh, I thought, I saw a hand go up.
No.
Thursdays we've always done. There was a little hiccup with their training this year because Bristol Community College at the last minute told them they couldn't do it anymore. So they went casting around for some place to do it, and they ended up at Wheaton, who offered their computer services and their building to them. So they went over there. The local schools, both in Taunton and Raynham, weren't able to accommodate them, so they went over there. And we're hoping that things will be okay. We don't look for any glitches this year that we had last year when the software was new. We think we're gonna be fine. But again, it's just, we haven't got any information yet on what we can say. We're sort of going with what we went last year, anticipating.
Who provides all
The AARP, it's a volunteer program.
Oh, okay.
And, generally the people in it are volunteers with financial experience. Including, the woman, Kathy, Piper, who does ours here, is a CPA, a retired, so she's. Long Meadow, we're working together to have a program to address the issues of seniors taking care of seniors, which we've talked about before. The growing health and social problem of people taking care of an aging parent, and the person who's the caregiver is still working. And it's creating a very big growing health hazard among that population. So we're putting it together, and we hope to address it with psychologists and physicians and related disciplines and have, it's sort of an area we don't know where we're gonna land with. We're gonna have a presentation, but we hope to eventually make it into some kind of caregiver support group. And if possible, be able to do it, by streaming it. So that people can, either check on it when they wanna check on it, or they can go on Facebook and have the same benefits of almost like a TED Talk. But they can have the same benefits of getting some information and experiencing it also if they can't be here. Front door, I mentioned about the front door breakage. Trips, I met with Kylie McWilliam of AA Metro in November to discuss the trips. The trips are likely to begin in the spring. The 6 options we are looking at are the Newport Playhouse, New Bedford Whaling Museum, the Kennedy Museum, Plymouth Plantation, Newport Mansions, and the Heritage Museum and Gardens. And again, these are because these are fairly local, even, the Kennedy Museum is just outside the city, so it's not like we're going into the city to do, things.
Where's this A&E Metro?
It's
18.
in Bridgewater, right on 18.
Route 18,
We don't have
know where the
anybody-
ice rink is?
Yeah, we don't have anybody we can use Raynham?
No, there's nobody who has the amount of vehicles they have.
Okay.
And the size vehicles, that was a big draw.
Okay.
18, 22, 31, 55. They, because I really want to start this small.
No, I just wanted to know if there was
Oh,
anything
yeah.
in Raynham. that's all.
No, and
I like to use Raynham business.
right, but there's nobody in Raynham
Okay.
who does this
That's all.
kind of stuff.
That's
South School programming, I don't know where he went. The Raynham Channel's taken over the South School, as you probably know, and they've done extensive renovations. They have a 75-seat performance area, 900-foot projection screen, and a full kitchen. And they're hosting events and performances, including Karen Antonowitz was there, Joe Dwelly, who does the butterflies here, the Burbanks, who are going to be entertaining. They're going to do a sing-along Christmas program, I think it's on the 20th there. And all this is free. And they had an author's night last week, and Bridgewater State University is assembling a speakers bureau, and we hope to be working with them for engagements in the future. And I should add, the senior painters have several paintings on display throughout their building.
Where is their schedule posted for this Raynham Channel? Where is it?
Yeah. Mike? Mike?
What's here?
Mike? Mike?
Went to get his 87-cent coffee at
Hi.
87 cents today, they won.
He left.
They won.
You coffee.
You
Medium
can go
coffee,
online and
hot or
look at
cold?
it, but we also have posters in the front of the building that give their, what they're doing. And if you go on the Raynham
The
Channel.
building meeting is out school?
The building here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And you should be able to go online and see the various things they're doing. But it's a really good thing, and again, it's gonna be free. They have a bit of a budget where they can hire people, and they're gonna be doing a lot of free things. One of the things we talked about this morning was the Freedom Farm up on Church Street, to talk about organic farming and what they do. And also there's two people in Raynham who have apiaries, including a family that it's a husband, the wife, they're in their 30s, and their little 10-year-old girl, and they're raising bees. And they sold it last year at Rave. I didn't see them this Saturday, but they had a booth last year at Rave, and it was very good. And so we're hooking them up with them. And the thing is that it's not taking anything away from us, because totally different audience and their stuff's at night. So you're basically getting families and younger seniors, people who work during the day. And when we have programs in, obviously, it's a totally different audience, so I have no problem with it.
What is the Raynham Channel? Where is it?
What's the number?
98, I watch.
Yeah, channel.
So you wanna see the
It's
selectmen's
34.
meeting?
Well, Verizon is 34. and
Right,
Oh, Verizon, I'm
34,
sorry.
I don't know.
I am.
I don't know about
Comcast is
anything else.
98.
But if you
That's
have
where
a
I watch the
computer-
town-
if you have a
town meetings,
computer-
selectmen's meetings.
But if you have a computer, you can also go on YouTube and see some of the featured programs they do.
Oh, yeah.
So YouTube, just go on YouTube and put the Raynham Channel in, and you should be able to hook up with their presentations, like the things that have been going on there regarding this.
These trips that you're talking about, how much is out of pocket and how much are we paying any out of it? No part of it. So the tickets and the transportation
Yes,
I'll
is
tell you,
all out of your own?
from personal experience, the Newport Playhouse, if you haven't been there, is a good
yeah,
thing. It's a very
I've
good
heard
thing.
good things about that.
We're seeing the, is it Roberts brothers?
No,
Roberts or Johnson, I forget, I always forget.
I know the name, no. I know who they are, I know who you're talking
One
about.
impersonates male
Oh,
actors and actresses,
They
the other one does
impersonate
female.
everybody.
That guy looks more like Cher than Cher does.
Cher does, yeah.
Really?
It's a-
Yeah,
Share then
they're-
or share now?
They're
And he
unbelievable.
sounds just like an excellent
Yeah,
show, I've
so-
seen them before.
And you can look at the things that are gonna be coming up in the next, couple of weeks.
I understand we're sold out on the Christmas party, huh?
Excuse me?
I understand the Christmas party sold out.
Yep,
Success,
sold out with
success.
waiting list.
Stand by.
Stand by, stand by. Christmas centerpieces workshop, we have 22 people signed up for that. And it's Sue Burns and I are gonna be, doing centerpieces for tables and, just either big ones or small ones, depending on what people want to do. We have certain size, dishes that we put the Oasis in. And, Sue, and I are gonna be merrily in the woods cutting. She's got a bunch of cuttings already. I have to get mine and put them on my balcony. And I was at, the fair at, Life Care the other day, and I park way out so nobody can hit my car. So I'm noticing, these pine trees, because there were all these cones, and I'm thinking to myself, maybe I should ask Kathy before I go running around with a bag picking up things in the yard, so I
I
gotta
thought
call
you were
and
gonna
say-
ask Kathy to send the residents out to pick the pine cones
Well,
for
that,
you.
I think an exercise, then I, but yeah, they have all these great pine cones under their trees, so I gotta get those. So we're gonna be doing some more cuttings, and people are really nice about letting you do their cuttings. I asked Town Hall, can I do the cuttings? They said, oh yeah, nobody ever touches those. And the library lets me cut their holly. So we're all, except we're not, obviously we're not doing the berries, because a lot of people have animals and small children, and we don't wanna have anything that's gonna all get swallowed. And that's it.
What's the movie?
Maudie, it's a true story about a woman, from, Canada who had severe rheumatoid arthritis. And when she was 40, she went to work for this man who had this little house and was looking for a housekeeper. And she painted everything in the house, pot covers, walls, tables, chairs, everything. And they got married. And they started selling them in the summer when people would go by their road. And she became famous as a primitive artist, like a Grandma Moses. And you know, as time went on, she got worse and worse, but she kept painting throughout her entire life. She's now considered one of the great primitive artists of Canada. So it's a true story.
On the bottom here about being closed on Christmas Day
Yeah.
and New Year's, this is a note everyone's scheduled. Our monthly meeting will be on the 8th of January next year. Given that the 1st is a holiday and we'll be closed.
Right.
I make a motion to accept the director's report.
Yeah, second.
No discussion, all in favor? Okay, old business.
Formula Grant update. I spoke with them at Executive Officer of Affairs last week, and the holdup is they still don't have anything finalized yet. And so this is a Formula Grant statement of authorization. It's signed by me and the selectmen, and today, John, you'll be signing it instead of Grace. And what it does is that it says, yes, we accept the grant. Well, they told us to hold off on this, and also on the budget, it's underneath it, we submit them at the same time, because of the fact that they just didn't have any final information yet. So I've been holding off, and finally, you know, I wanna see this contract, and I wanna see the transmittal done. And so I said to him, you know, you haven't told us anything, what should I do? And he said, oh, if you wanna send it now, send it. I said, but do you want it now? And he said, oh yeah, if you wanna do it now, go ahead.
Who's the him?
Emmett Schmazzo, who's the head of Executive Office of Older Affairs. And I said, okay, I'll do it. So, John, if you'll sign this, I'll sign it, and
Will you read this? this first, based on the speech you just gave, should I
Yes.
have my lawyer read it?
Well, I think I told you, is today the fourth? The third.
Fourth.
I should tell you that, initially when I first got here, the contract, which under pains and penalties of death, you can't change because it's all small print from the state, I looked at it and the late director's name was on it, and the wrong address of the town hall. It was the old town hall's address. So I was supposed to sign it, and I panicked, and I called them up and said, I can't sign this. I said, my name's not on it, and you can't change anything, or it's void. And so they said, gee, we never had that problem before. So they contacted the state treasurer, who said, oh, go ahead and sign it anyway. And I said, but I can't sign her name. Not only is she not, the director, she's dead. And they said, sign your name, it's fine.
There's something else you had that problem with, that they kept using an older name on it?
Well, it happened twice, 2 years in a row. And so they said, just put sticky notes on it and tell us that it's wrong. So I put the sticky notes on, and I'm waiting for the marshals to come into my door with the handcuffs to take me out, and for 2 years. And so I signed it, and they said, if there's anything else, put it on the sticky. So I said, the address is wrong. Now, how many years have they been at town hall? Where it is now, for the old school. So I changed both, so the next year, they had the address right, but the name was still wrong. So I put my name on it, I signed it again, put the sticky on, sent it back in. Year 3, everything was great.
Really?
So,
3
yeah,
years?
3 years.
Wow.
Bad.
But
My
I'll tell
stepson
you,
moved out and bought a house 7 years ago,
What's that
and
old
he's still
saying?
on my census report when I get
what's
it.
that old
And I
saying?
keep scratching it off and putting
Yeah.
75 Rankin Road, Taunton, Mass. Every year it comes back, he's still living with us.
What's that old
You know what?
saw, sweating bullets? I mean, really, I thought it was going to be arrested because it tells you about the whole thing, but, And I kept waiting for the phone call, why did you sign this? The name's not. So anyway,
All right.
so that's what this is for, and it has a budget, and now I'll send it to the selectmen, and then we'll send it on to the.
I'm sorry, by the way, I forgot to ask, was there any correspondence?
No, there wasn't.
All right, additional engineering study.
Yeah, I met informally, we were both walking out of the building. Joe Beckmore. We were talking about an engineering study for the addition. And I was thinking it was gonna cost between 25 and 30,000, he's thinking maybe 50.
It's always a good idea.
But
Exactly. Yeah.
before we get too much further,
Okay.
we
I'm
don't
ready.
have some history
I'm
with
sorry.
this, with the selectmen.
Right.
They're on board this time? We're
Oh,
not
yeah.
gonna be chastised at a selectman,
No.
private selectmen's meeting?
No, it went through, they have all the paperwork, including the information I gave to the, capital planning, and which David Graff has. Capital planning has it, David Graff's part of capital planning anyway. David Flaherty has it, and selectmen on it. It's basically what you saw before, the details of, population increases and things like that. The same thing that you saw,
This $50,000 is
Yes, and another thing too, probably some of
an engineering study, I mean,
What
does that mean?
what it's for is that it will examine the property to see if there is any ledge, if there is an underground stream or two, which is my concern right now, based on some of the wet areas on the property. And the way that the retention areas have been filling up, they've never done before, no matter how little rain there is, they're filling up a lot, and I'm concerned that there's something going on. So the engineering studies would be hydrological studies on the property to see if there's a ledge here, and to see if there's anything else that would prohibit an addition being done to the building.
Now, when Richard McCarthy did that, they didn't do anything about, they didn't do that type of study about ledge or anything? Is it-
No, they didn't
nothing?
do
Just that they
that.
don't do the
Well, the ledge didn't just show up, it
No.
had to be there when they
Right.
built this building.
Yes, but
So,
but Joe's contention is that because of the addition, because an addition would be pushing out in more than one different direction, there might be something out there. I'm concerned about the water, he's concerned about that stuff.
okay, he's concerned it might be out there, but if they should know whether it's out there or not, because they had to do that when they built this
Yeah,
building.
but there's nothing on the plans or the documents we have.
So then you gotta pay him
Right.
again, okay, yeah.
So,
Why not?
Can I assume we can use the same
Yes, we can
architectural
u-
plans?
Yes, we can use the same plans, they will have to be updated, because there's certain things in it that, need to be changed,
We talked
for
about restrooms and that kind of
restrooms,
stuff.
yeah, there's no restrooms in that addition. And there's no way to obviously, I mean, we can't have restrooms just in this part of the building.
Right, but I thought we were looked over those with you and I, but he suggested places for the restaurant.
Yeah, we did, we
Yeah.
talked about
Yeah,
that, but I
yeah,
mean,
yeah,
I
well,
don't
there are-
recall
there
what
are
that was,
places
and I
that-
don't know that we marked the
There-
drawings.
And the other thing is, where the addition plans we have now, there's no, plumbing of the type we need to extend into that part of the building. The plumbing would have to be extended, would have to come in from a different way to tie in.
Mhm.
So that's another thing that has to be
And we
considered.
had talked about those large movable walls, you know, it's like a.
Yeah, yeah, and there will be
Separate the
two of
room.
those. There will be two of those. Now, when I talked to Emmett about this on, last week, I guess it was Wednesday, he recommends, now this building is a little over 3,000 square feet. We're looking to more than double that. And so it would be something like 6,500 square feet. But Emmett was suggesting when he tells people who are going, when they consult with him, this is why we don't consult with the state, about building things, he suggests a square footage per senior, which would bring the total to over 13,000 square feet. There's no way, I'm on the phone with him saying, there's no way people are gonna go for this. I said, that's beyond the Cadillac, that's the Maybach of senior centers. So, you know, and he said, well, if you want me to come down and try, I said, no, it's okay, I don't think we're gonna be able to do that. So, I can't even imagine what the cost for that would be. So,
When you walked in.
so we're basically looking at the doubling as the plans exist for the addition that we have, and not more than that.
We'll let future years, boards to the next edition, long after this board is gone.
More closet space, by the way, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Those two closets are
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
They're only this wide. You open the doors and they're only this deep.
You know, one of the things I heard, there's nobody here obviously from that era, one of the things I heard many years ago about this building was that the reason why the size of it decreased was because they wanted the exterior to look a certain way. They wanted that wood shingling on, and it cut into the budget, that it would have been bigger without that exterior being the way it is. And you know, for some reason, I seem to kind of agree that that might be what happened, because
I don't have any recollection of that, and I was involved in it when they were building this. That was a big campaign promise by
Yeah.
Gordon Luciano.
so.
The senior center if he got elected.
So I can't help but believe, because, I mean, when they built it in Bridgewater, the Bridgewater building is a space metal building that's covered with vinyl siding. And that's how they were able to do as big an interior as they did. So I can't help but think, which is almost, well, it is twice the size of this building. That's why I can't help but think that maybe that's what happened. It sounds plausible anyway. Peggy, can we switch to Peggy now?
Are you
Right.
done your report?
Yeah, I'm on,
Oh, we've
we're
done
on
the
old
direction
business.
before.
Oh.
We jumped around that.
Oh, sure.
Doing this is the sort of.
Yeah, we move on to that.
Anyway, I
Good
earned some money this month because I saw 56 people this month, and that's pretty high. I mean, in the summer I see like 20 something. This has been a month. This is, the November is the, open enrollment, and that's why there were so many. 36 revisits, 44 shine visits.
44.
Yeah, there were a lot. Then, under highlights, first I wanted to thank you all for voting to make up the difference in my paycheck. I really, really appreciate that. That was such a nice thing to do.
Well deserved.
Oh, thank you so much. And then I talked about pretty much the trip I took to Framingham on the 3rd of November, which was really a fancy thing. That Sheraton in Framingham was gorgeous. I mean, I felt like a queen here. And it was some program, I'm telling you, it was put on by the Massachusetts Department of Public Health. And they spared nothing. I mean, we had some program. If you looked at the speaker biographies, if there are 3 doctors that spoke to us, licensed social workers, nutritionists, all kinds of people. It was all about diabetes. And it was really good. But I think a lot of it was to tell us as a community what the state is doing about the uptake in diabetes these days. There's a huge rise in diabetes. They know a lot more about it now, especially pre-diabetics, type 1, not the type 2, not 1. I think 1 is the hardcore diabetic,
Right.
yeah. So, it was free and it did afford me some nursing CEU units, which is nice, and I note in here that my CEU unit, 6 units usually cost me around $86, so this was wonderful because it was free. And the speakers were very good. I enjoyed the whole day. There was a lot of networking. I met people. There were people there from every type of community organization that you could think of. There were daycare workers. There were people from COAs. There were people from the state. There were doctors. There were nurses. There were especially people from the YMCA. I think the point of the program, the big point of the program was the need for seniors to have something comprehensive done, not just with diabetes, but with everything. Something that would include, like the YMCA's, fitness, nutrition, health clinics, social service, low vision services, transportation, all in one place. And you can see that it's particled out now. The council on Aging does some, the Raynham Center does some, the doctor does some, this doesn't, but we're more and more needing a center where everything is addressed, everything, where towards health, not just diabetes. Anyway, the lunch was more like a dinner. It was gorgeous, it was delicious. And I had a great day. I decided to focus on that pretty much, rather than just tell you how hard I worked. I told you about a day I enjoyed a lot. I mean, I enjoy my days here, it's not that, but.
These nursing credits that you get, are you doing this on your own, or is this part of your job here?
It's a good question, good question.
Because if it is, why isn't the town paying for these credits? Because they pay the cops to go to school, because it's part of their job.
But it's for your
Partly
license.
it's because I don't tell these a lot when I go to these things and pay the money, because it's my license, and I'm
Right,
not
so
working as a nurse.
Okay,
You know
so that's
I'm
what, that
not.
was the question.
That's
your
right.
So you don't need that to have this job?
No,
Oh, okay.
I don't, but I
End of
talked to
discussion,
Liz, and
okay.
she likes me to keep my license.
No,
and
that's fine, but,
there have been some conferences where I have put in,
Yes,
when I think she's
which
paid
we
me for a
paid.
few
right,
years. Yeah.
well, that's the way it should be. If it's job related,
No,
you shouldn't be taking out a pocket.
But there are some we have paid.
but this was free.
This was free.
Oh, yeah, for, your tax dollars paid for that,
Gee,
huh?
I know, the state put on quite a show, but, and I also, it was like a work day for me, I used it as a work day, so it kinda worked out both ways, but anyway.
So there is such a thing as a free lunch, huh?
Yeah, free lunch.
He texted me about how wonderful the lunch was.
I
You
can't
did?
tell you, the Sheratons were unbelievable. We went in this dining room and there were waiters. There was a waiter cutting roast beef and with a light on, you know how they do,
Yeah.
with a white coat. Would you have some roast beef? Would I have?
Calm down, Peggy.
Anyway, it's better than old
Those of us who haven't had breakfast.
I'll buy you a tuna sandwich and we don't have that.
No, but it was valuable for this job too. It was, because I did a lot, there was a lot of networking going on.
Well,
I met people.
I was more concerned with why you were paying out of why it cost you to get your points there, whatever.
Yeah, no, I'm not working as a nurse.
Oh, okay, all right.
All right, can I have a motion to accept the outreach report?
Motion.
accept.
Second, anyone?
Second.
Okay, all in favor? All right. So be it. Thank you, Peg.
Okay.
All right, back to old business.
Okay, the television. We're looking at a bracket on the wall or a special cart for moving the television. We're also going to do the streaming through Facebook as a free alternative. That was Tim's Rayby's suggestion, because the bands that we would need to do streaming there's a certain amount of time that you're allotted and it costs, and we could do it free on Facebook. So that's why we would be doing this with Facebook. We already have a Facebook account anyway. And
That's not holding up the television, is it?
no, the camera
I think
will
we
be
have a better chance
installed.
of having the commuter rail before we have it
the
done.
the camera will be installed, here to enable us, to stream programs, which you talked about. And also to allow programs to be streamed in. We don't need a camera for that, but if you have long distance, streaming from, different, places, like in East Bridgewater, they have it streamed through, the virtual, senior centers, which is free. If you have an account, we would be doing it through our Wi-Fi, which we have on site.
If you do the cart, you can move it any way you want, but what about the wiring with the plugging? It's gotta have electricity, it's gotta have a cable connection. So how far could you move it? How far?
Mike? Michael?
You have to have multiple connections.
Even in the big room.
Hi, Mike.
I apologize.
No, that's okay.
Mike, got a question.
Yes.
On the moving cart for the TV,
Yes.
how far would you be able to move it if it's all hooked, wired in?
Anywhere. So.
What do you do, leave enough wire to dance it around the room?
So you would just you'd have if you had a cable box on, all you'd have to do is have the cable box. Oh, for the minutes, Michael Heelan, the Raynham Channel. Yeah, I do that all professional. You would just have the cable box get hooked to the wall. Then if you wanted to move it around the room, you just take the RF cable, 100-foot, 200-foot RF cable, unhook the short one, plug the longer one in.
And what about the electrical cord?
The same idea.
Same idea.
The electrical cord anywhere in the room. And it wouldn't be a cart necessarily as a, it wouldn't be one of those old AV carts where it could flip over.
Right.
It would be something where it gets mounted, mounted onto the poles, and then all the equipment would be underneath in like a.
But it's got wheels so you can push it.
Yeah. So for instance, and I was saying this after the meeting, we walked around. You could put it, you could have it actually, outside because there's power right there. Where you could actually wheel it outside, run an extension cord, plug it in there, and then if you did anything wirelessly, like we have, Netflix, Hulu, Amazon, that would just be an extension cord. You could put it, out in the parking lot and have it going as long as you have an extension cord.
But my preference would be to hang it on the wall.
Yeah.
Who in here wants to move the TV around when we need to? You gonna do it?
Well, it's very light. I mean, we're talking, how much weight are we talking? How much weight are we
It's
talking?
not very light. If you're gonna get a big screen TV, I assure you, there's not very
Well,
light.
the thing with it being in the spot that it's in, when they have that lunch in the movie, only so many people can sit facing it that can see it. This way, if it was on something movable, either a bracket where it came out and they could fill the hall with chairs this way, you'd get a lot more people. They have to cancel some people, right?
We don't cancel.
You never cancel.
That's why we're doing it too.
Well,
Right, that's what we had thought at
Like,
first.
I
A
would
bracket coming
suggest-
up, then being able to.
So as
see.
far as the cart and on wheels going, moving it outside and stuff, that is to the extreme. The idea was that if you had it where the TV is now, you could have it there, and then if you wanted to go the other way of the room to make it,
Yeah, you'd get more seats if you went the other way.
That's the whole
but
thing.
I would suggest another cable hookup.
well, you could do that. You
Rather
can
than
have a TV.
run a 100-foot cable across a senior center floor.
Right.
Put
Oh, yeah.
another cable hook up on the wall
Yep.
on this side or two of them on that side. It's
Yep.
not a big deal.
Yeah, and as far as the television itself and the wheels, it's fairly easy to move. The only concern that I could say is that if someone's moving it and it goes too quickly, there's a possibility of it falling over on something.
IKEA.
That's what.
Put another cable hookup.
The cable hookups, that's one thing, but then moving the television from point to
Still
point,
got
that would be a
You have to have
a whole
another
different
bracket,
thing.
another place to put it.
No, I don't necessarily mean another bracket on the wall, just where you plug it in. I don't like the idea of running a 100-foot cable across the.
Yes,
No, I don't.
that's two different things. Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be one thing, and then
You
you just
still have to move the TV,
Yeah.
obviously, and I'm not crazy about that, but I understand that to put it at the other end of the opposite end of the room so that you could get a longer viewing
I don't
audience.
know, 'cause I don't,
I think it depends on what event you have.
I just put the TVs up.
Yeah, there you go. Sydney, we've been working for 3 years now to get
get
one
one, I
TV.
know.
You take two TVs, none of us will live long enough.
Well, that's why if you so I'm at the
It's so
South School now.
inexpensive.
I have TVs everywhere. So I have a movie projector screen that I play movies on, but then next to that, I have a 50-inch TV where I play regular TV. So if we have a movie going, we have TVs everywhere at the South School. So, you know, if it was up to
So
me,
opening
They're
day,
cheap
we
enough
can
to
go
see.
watch it on the 19-foot screen you have there?
oh yeah, you can do that. We can figure that out too.
I'm only kidding.
No, but actually, I've been working with Liz. I'm creating events that Liz does here, but I'm doing them at night to kind of. So we've been working together on that idea. But as far as you guys go here with your TV, depending on what you want to use it for, I mean, yeah, 2 TVs would be nice, but it seems kind of unnecessary.
Do
You
we
don't
have
have
to,
that much
do we have to
usage.
keep the TV where it is now though? Why can't we put it on this wall here, and then it would be
Because
for
of
the whole
sunlight,
room?
it's the sunlight.
Well, don't we have blinds on the
Can't we
windows?
get some blackout blinds?
Yeah, don't we have blinds on the windows and stuff?
You mean where the
Because if we
paintings
put it
are?
on that wall, it would take
The wall with
room, we have to worry about
The
all
wall
this
with
other
paintings
stuff.
are?
Just put it on a bracket and tilt
Do
it.
you mean
What
with
wall,
some blackout
behind the
blinds?
piano?
Yes, where you play your drums there, in the corner over here, put it on that wall, and then it faces the whole entire room.
It would have to come out and go this way to face down to the,
Right,
this
that's
end
what I'm
of the
saying,
room.
put it on a bracket.
Well, that's what we're trying to do there, put it on a bracket,
I know,
it
that's-
comes out and it goes,
But you're
to the
into
back of the
walls and
room.
window, I don't know, I couldn't figure it out.
Well, it's not being a dead horse, I strongly suggest that, I wanna see the TV in the building first. Then we'll discuss the problem of where we mount it.
There's also, depending on the short room or the long room, the TV size will be much different. So if you're going to use it predominantly for the short side, that size will be smaller than if you're going to use it the long room.
No, we want a big one.
So,
Thank you, Mike.
Yep.
Yeah. Load the place up.
Okay. Any other old business before we move on? Okay. New business, building exterior.
The building exterior, I think that we're starting to have a mold problem on the shingles on the lower part of the building. This side of the building is fine. I don't see any problems out here. It's that side of the
No,
building.
it's not, yeah.
And I was out there a couple of weeks ago looking at it, and it's sort of, it looks like it's bubbling, sort of. It looks like it looks like some kind of mold. I don't know if it's the same type that attacks the upper, panels. So for that reason, and because it's a new development, I'd like to bring your guy back to check it,
Chemical?
because maybe.
What guy is this?
The guy did the guy that came was thought that they had taken care of it, and that it wasn't, the mold was in the wood, remember? The guys that came to, not Power Wash, it's a company, I had my roof done, and I had some of the side of my house done, it was a chemical process that just, it took it off and it won't grow
He
back.
power washed it and said that
Streaks on the roof.
the wood would have to
Black
be
streaks.
Right,
replaced.
I had all that done, yeah.
Because it was a problem that involved the wood that was originally put there. The wood was diseased when it was put there.
Just get on my soapbox for a minute. Any other, the next time we consider maintenance to the building, it should be vinyl siding.
Right.
Vinyl siding will still get mold on it, there's no question
Yeah,
about it.
right.
But power washing is, under
A lot
$1,000.
cheaper, yeah.
But-
Painting is thousands of dollars.
Right, and when and if an addition goes in, obviously that'll be done, both the addition and the rest of the building.
Should have been done in the first
Right.
place when they built the building.
But,
Vinyl siding.
so, what I'm hoping is that mold there is different than that top mold, and that it can be power washed off and, at least buy some.
Well, it's not power wash, it'll be a chemical
Yeah,
process that they
it'll
do.
buy some time.
It works, believe me, it worked on my roof as clean as it was.
Does work.
I don't know, I'll give it to
All
you.
right, yeah, call me.
I strongly suggest that we look forward to next year's fall meeting. That's where you get your funding for things like vinyl siding and that's when they got hundreds of thousands of dollars that they wanna put into, in free cash that they wanna stash away. That's the time to get the money to do something like that. That'd be the time frame too, you'd wanna do that. Anyway, okay, what else?
I got something, number 2 on the new, I should've done old business actually. That dumpster is open, it's unlocked, and the lock is gone. I just got your new lock 2 weeks ago. And remember I came in, brand new lock, blah, 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 blah. Go take a look. Doors flapped open, bags are exposed, chain on the ground, no lock.
What did
When you-
Gordon say to you?
When you get a new lock, how does Gordon get a key? Does somebody give Gordon?
They're
a
all
key?
keyed the same, all his locks are keyed to
Oh, you got
the.
a new lock from him?
Yeah, because the
Oh, okay.
lock, I went out there, I got
thought you
here,
went and bought one.
and it was in, no, never happened. It was in the same position as it is now, open, trash exposed, no lock. So I came in, well, I caught them, they went to empty it. As the truck was going out, I ran out, I said, "Look, look, the lock's missing off that thing." He said, "I know." He said, "We've been trying to lock it, but there's no lock." I said, "Well, you know, next time come in, tell somebody if it were open." So he said, "Well, here's another lock, brand new lock." I came in, I gave it to her, showed her the key, you know, blah, blah, blah. So you gotta whack those cleaners upside the head. I mean, it hasn't caused any issues. Luckily, the bags haven't been torn open by the seagulls or whatever, but you could come in some morning and find stuff all over the place. If it's seen open, people are gonna come by and start throwing stuff
Right,
at it.
right. That's why I was thinking, did somebody
Yeah,
actually do
that's
that,
the
or is
thing.
it the corner people?
Well, as far as I can see the bags, they all look like the bags from here. They're the big black ones, but it's full. I mean, they were sticking right out of the top of it when I came in. Yeah, there's still is.
Maybe they couldn't close the top. You know, too lazy to put the door back.
Well, I guess, I'll talk to the cleaning people, Liz, if you would.
Yeah,
Reiterate the fact that it needs to be locked.
and we can't keep getting new locks from the door.
There's a different way to close it.
That's the way they all do it. Chain across the doors and then lock on the side.
All right, any other new business? Anything else we need to discuss? Any need for executive session? Hearing none, I'll, ask for a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second somewhere?
Second.
All in favor? Aye.